Our lesson is now recording, so please remember, only use the chats if it is related to our lesson and if you've got a question about what I'm talking about. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about the human body today. So as you all talked about yesterday in your lesson, cells are the building blocks for all living things. So a way to think about that is, you know, cells are super duper tiny. They're smaller than a grain of sand, and they're so tiny you can't even see them with your eye. You have to have a microscope. So think about a sandcastle on the beach. You can't make a sandcastle out of one grain of sand, but when you put a bunch of those grains of sand together, you can start building little pieces of the castle, and eventually you can build up the castle to make a great, big, magnificent sandcastle. And our organs and our organ systems within our bodies are very similar. One cell really doesn't make that big of a difference, but when those cells form together to form tissues, and then those tissues form organs like your stomach and your lungs and your heart and your bones and your blood, that's when you really see how much the cells coming together as the building blocks really start to build up to make bigger things. So our question today that you should be able to start to answer is, what is the relationship between the major systems of the human body and their function necessary for life? So we're going to watch this video together, and then I'm going to give you guys a chance to kind of discuss what you think the answer to the next question is. So as we're watching this video, I want you to think about, how do the organs of the body work together to keep us alive?
The systems of the human body.
Careful, careful, careful.
Pieces.
Oh.
Did you know that humans, as most animals, are also made of pieces?
Pieces?
These pieces are called organs, such as our heart, brain, skin. They each specialize in a concrete job. The heart pumps blood. The brain gives instructions to the other organs. The skin protects our body. The different organs work together, making up systems. Circulatory system, respiratory system, digestive system, bone system, muscular system. Systems are organized groups of elements that work together. In the human body, systems are groups of organs that perform vital functions, such as breathing, moving, eating, or that as well.
And there are lots of systems like those in the human body.
Yes, humans are made up of different systems. One of them is the bone system, made up by bones. Their job is to give a structure to our body and protect internal organs.
Sorry.
The bone system works together with the muscular system that allows us to make movements such as walking, running, or moving other organs, such as the lungs that belong to the respiratory system. The function of this system is to obtain oxygen from air, transport it to our blood, and remove carbon dioxide. The digestive system has a similar job. It breaks down the food we eat to obtain the nutrients all the systems need to work properly. Oxygen and nutrients are transported to the blood and the different parts of our body thanks to the circulatory system. But nothing can move without the directions of the nervous system that controls and coordinates all the actions we carry out, sending and receiving signals throughout the entire body. Voluntary actions such as kicking a ball, and involuntary actions such as blinking or breathing. The different organs that make up each system need each other. And the different systems depend on each other to keep us alive.
a system does not work well,
Not necessarily. When a system fails, it affects our other systems, and in general, we get sick. Fortunately, we also have systems in charge of repairs and our defenses. But we need to take care of our health to help them do their job. I'm sure you know simple ways to take care of your body. The human body is a fascinating machine that should last our entire life.
got it. The organs of the human body work in teams called systems that keep you alive. And all these systems make up the most amazing system of all, you. Oh.
All right, so how do the organs of the body work together to keep us alive? They're a lot like ecosystems, and they are interdependent. They depend on one another. Each of them have a specific role to play. So the first ones that they talked about were the bone system is what they said, but we are going to refer to that as the skeletal system. So the skeletal system and the muscular system are the two body systems that we are going to focus on today. And we're specifically going to learn how the skeletal system and the muscular system, how they work together. So, oh, this is not very neat. You can't really see it very well. Let me go back. Oh, how odd. Let me make this not bold so that hopefully we can see what it says. Is there anybody who's having difficulty seeing what is on my screen or anything like that? I know that somebody commented earlier that they couldn't see my screen, but I think I fixed it. So if you're having trouble seeing or hearing or anything like that, just leave that in the chat box. All right. So let's go back now that we can read it. Perfect. Okay. So we have 3 columns, and what I need for you guys to do, I'm going to stop for just a second, and I want you to get out your science notebooks, and I need you to write this chart in your notebooks. Okay, so, and just to kind of help you guys with spacing in your notebooks, I'm going to give you an example. My notebook is actually still in my car right now. So I'm just going to use it on a piece of paper. But you are going to need your whole notebook paper. So turn your notebook so that it's long ways. Okay, and you're going to draw a box. Let's see here. All right. You're going to draw a box so that it takes up the whole paper. And as we are going through our lesson today, I want you to be taking notes on the body systems that we're going to be talking about today. So let me fix that one line that was really, really lopsided. It was bad. All right. Much better. Okay. So everybody should be writing in their science notebooks. Hopefully you guys can see. There's a little bit of a glare. Trying to do what I can. All right, we're going to split it into 3 sections. I'm going to make my first section a little bit smaller because I know what's going to go in those. And then the other 2, I'm going to cut whatever's left over in half. And this is where it's going to get tricky. So if you remember on our thing, we have 7 sections that we need to cut our table into. So if you've got lines, you can add up how many lines you have and divide that by 7 so that you've got equal sections. But I'm just going to try to eyeball mine. So at the top here, you have systems of the body. And after I'm actually I'll fill this in after I show you guys the main paper. But let's go ahead and make our 6 sections. So in order to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to cut what's left over into 3, and then I'm going to cut each of those pieces in half. So now I have 6 somewhat equal sections where I can take my notes. Are you in your Zoom meeting, Bash? Oh. Okay, so, and then I'm going to go ahead and write skeletal and muscle in those first 2, but I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can see the chart and not try to watch me write, because that gets a little difficult. There anybody who wasn't able to draw their table? Okay, Saisha said she printed it. Perfect. You guys want to take a screenshot, email it to your parents, you can print it. You can do that as well. But here is...
I still need to draw mine. Can you hold it up for a little longer?
Oh, just copy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to... I meant to share my screen. Thank you for asking that. I thought I was sharing my screen. I was not. All right. So now I'm sharing my screen. So go ahead and you guys can copy from that, because it's going to be much easier to copy from there than it is from me. Skeletal system and muscular system. And when I open my chat box, does it block part of the screen, or can you guys not see that? Yeah, I can put the chart in your Google Classroom if you guys want to be able to print it. I can do that. But I am going to go ahead and go on. You guys can't see my screen? All right, well, I'm going to keep going on with my lesson. And then, hey, Bash, will you go in your room or like over there, or turn it down or something? Or Jason's got a headset in the bedroom. Okay. Oh, you can't see the chat box. Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and keep going on with the lesson. Really, the most 2 important pieces that you get from today is the function of the skeletal and muscular system and the parts of those systems. So, first of all, we've got the skeletal and muscular systems. So, how do they function, or how do they help our body function? How does the muscular and skeletal systems help our body function? So I'm going to give you guys just a minute to think about that, and then I'm going to invite you to a breakout room, and you're going to discuss with your classmates before I teach you anything about how you think they help our body function. So I'm going to stop sharing. How does the muscular and skeletal system help our body function?
Am I okay, Mom?
I'm going to split you guys up into some separate rooms. It's okay if you didn't finish. You can go back and rewatch the video later. Okay. So I'm going to put you guys into breakout rooms. I don't know who's going to be in each room. It's going to be all mixed up. When you get the invite, click join room. You will not leave the class. I'll be able to pull you guys all back. Click join room. There we go. Perfect. All right, breakout room 2. All right, look at that. Everybody's joined. Perfect. All right, guys, so in a smaller setting, I should be hearing all of you talking. No one should be muted right now, or you guys should be taking turns talking and saying how you think that the muscular and the skeletal system help our body to function. What do you know about our skeleton? What do you know about our muscles that help our body to function?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, Matthew. I'm going to let you lead the discussion.
Huh?
You're in charge of leading the discussion. I'm leaving. I'm going to go check in on the other groups.
Oh, God.
Oh. Hey,
Oh,
guys.
well.
So you all are discussing with one another how the muscular and skeletal systems help our body to function. So think about what you know about the muscles and what you know about our skeleton, and how does it help our body to function, okay? All right, y'all better have something to share with the group when we come back. Y'all need to be talking.
I see my handsome face now.
Everybody else is muted.
All right, well, get them to unmute themselves. Say, guys, unmute yourselves. I can't hear you.
Unmute.
Unmute yourself. Hello, my loves. So I popped in here. You guys should be talking. What do you know about the muscular system? What do you know about the skeletal system? How do they help our body to function? That's what you guys need to be talking about. Everybody should be unmuted. You guys should be talking with one another. Share with the group what you know. Adeline, I'm going to put you in charge of leading the discussion. Make sure you hear from everybody. Okay? All right. I'll come back in here in a second. Which group is this? 3. All right. Group 4. All right. So right now, everybody's muted. You guys should be discussing what do you know about the muscular system and the skeletal system. This is not a break from science lesson. What do you know about the muscular and skeletal system? And you should be talking with one another about how they help the body function. Jonah, you are in charge of leading discussion. I want you to make sure you hear from everybody. Unmute your mic and say, I know this and that. And Kaylin, what do you know? You only got 2 minutes. I need y'all to report out when we go back to the main group. Figure out what y'all were gonna say.
Virus.
All right, guys. So what did y'all decide? How does the muscular and skeletal system help the body to function?
So I was the only one that went, and I said I think the muscular system like move, and the skeletal system it helps you like stand up, because if you didn't have bones, you just be a puppy.
Just be a blob.
Okay, that sounds good.
Like if you had no spine.
Yes.
Fall on the ground.
All right, hang on to that idea. I want you guys to share what you talked about when we go back to the main group. I got one more group to check in on, okay?
I talked about.
All right.
Y'all build on these ideas. Those are perfect. Last group. Let me pop in. Hey, guys. I'm looking around and I only see a few of you unmuted. I'm hoping that during this time, everybody has been sharing what they know about my system and the skeletal system. Just what you know about your muscles and your skeleton and how they help your body to function. Did y'all share anything with the group?
I've been asking that question.
All right, well, you guys have 60 seconds to figure out what to tell the group when we go back. Y'all better be talking with one another. What are we going to say, y'all?
Mm.
60 seconds.
I'm back.
What happened? Miss Hernandez, you're muted.
I know. I'm not saying anything yet. I'm waiting on everybody to get back. They had 60 seconds to finish their ideas so that they were ready to share with the group what they thought.
Hello?
Hello,
Oh.
Salisha.
Hello, I'm just having my daily coffee.
All right, so everybody's back now. So let's hear about what you guys said. I'm going to share my screen, but I'm going to call on a couple of you to share what your group had to say. So the first person I want to share is Alex and Channing. Unmute your mics and share what you guys were talking about in your group.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to go first, okay, Channing? All right. So I thought the muscular system helps you move so you can like walk around and stuff. And the skeletal system helps you stand up so you won't just be a big blob. And
Stop.
if you didn't have bones, you'd just be a piece of trash. You just flop on the ground. You wouldn't be able to move.
Okay, so without bones, we'd just be floppy. Okay. Stacia, what did your group say?
Snakes.
Our group says that mostly our muscular part of our body helps us like move and like do other things, and then the skeletal like helps the body function by standing up, just like our spine is part of the skeletal function, and so it helps us like sit up so it won't be like fall back.
Okay, very good. Maverick, what did your group say?
We were mostly talking about the skeletal.
Hold on, I can hear you.
Huh?
Make sure your iPad's not moving when you're talking.
We were mostly talking about the skeletal system, and I guess, I said about the skeletal system that I guess the rib cages, they're like cages around the heart and lungs, and they protect our heart and lungs and other organs in there.
Oh, okay. See, I like what you and Liam said. Liam said that the skeletal system protects the muscular system, and you're talking about it protecting our other organs. So, yes, I love what you guys are saying there.
He just something too.
Huh?
He came up with something too.
What did he come up with?
He was breaking up some.
Okay.
I couldn't.
KJ, what did you come up with?
I was talking about the same thing about what Maverick was saying about the rib cage and stuff. That's pretty much what we, because I asked Riley what he was thinking about with the question, and he was breaking up too, so I don't know what he said.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and finish up with our lesson so you guys have time to answer your questions before you go to family time, because ideally every day before you go to family time, I would really like for you to be done with science. That way you don't even have to go back and try to remember what we were talking about. So I want to give you at least 15 minutes to work on that assignment before family time. So let's go ahead and scoot through this lesson, because you guys already seem to have a really good idea on what your muscular and skeletal systems are for, because yes, your skeletal system does protect your organs and it does provide structure and support, just like so many of you have already said. And the sole purpose of our muscular system is to help us to move. So right now, I'm using my skeletal and my muscular system to move my bodies because I talk with my hands. All right. So let's talk about this. So we have the skeletal system. There are 206 bones in our bodies that form our skeleton. Bones give us our shape. They protect our organs, and they work with the muscles to move our bodies. This family is made up of 824 bones because 206 times 4 is 824. Your skeletal system provides support for your body. It provides support and protection. Most of the bones in your body can move. Only the bones of your skull, of your head, thank goodness they can't move, and your sternum, which is right in the middle of your chest, are not fully movable. This is a picture of your sternum. Your sternum is your breastbone, and it is only partly movable. It allows the ribs to expand and contract with each breath, and the rib cage, as shown right here in this x-ray, connects to the sternum, and that your rib cage protects your internal organs, just like Maverick said earlier. Here's another x-ray of bones, and these are an x-ray of your legs. Shows the top of your tibia or your shin bone and the fibula, which is the smaller bone that runs right next to your shin bone. And your femur is the big bone right above your knee. And yes, Tanner, I am screen sharing. It's a hinge joint that's protected by the patella. So a hinge joint opens and shuts just like a door, okay? And I'm not sure, I think some people might be having some internet problems. So if you guys can't see the screen, then we're going to, you guys are just going to have to rewatch the video, and I'll share these slides after the lesson today. The skeletal system, we also have ball and socket joints. So we have pivot joints that open and shut like a door. And then we've got ball and socket joints where it pretty much, the bone fits into a hole, and then it can rotate and it can move, kind of like your shoulder. Okay. And these are also the bones that are like in your pelvis and your hips and up at your clavicle, at your shoulders. And then we have the very important spine, or your vertebral column. And that protects your spinal cord, which is extremely important part of the nervous system that we're going to talk about on Thursday. Here we've got some pictures of skulls, and remember that once your skulls are completely developed, they never move. The bones in your skull should never move. All right, and then we've got the muscular system. So the function of your skeletal system is to provide support, structure, and protection to the rest of your body. But I'll show you guys the slide of that later. I see that Maverick and Riley have a question, but we'll cover those here shortly. In this picture, you guys can see the muscles and bones in the human body. The white connective tissue that connects the muscles is called tendons. And the connective tissue that keeps your bones attached to each other, here, these are ligaments. And I'm sure some of you may have heard about athletes or even your parents or someone tearing a tendon or a ligament. And that's very, very painful. Tendons connect your muscles to your bones so that they can pull your bones and make you move. So again, the muscular system, the function of the muscular system is to make you move. All right, and we all know when somebody says, show me your muscles, we flex our bicep, right? You can feel your bicep muscle contract when you flex your arm. Your bicep is a skeletal muscle that allows you to raise and lower your forearm. This picture shows how those muscles are bundled up. And anytime you move any part of your body, even if it's just a little finger, you're using your skeletal muscles to move those bones. In this man here, he's sitting on the ground and you can see all his muscles. Most of the muscles that you can see on the man are voluntary muscles, and they are controlled by the man saying, oh, I need to move my finger. I'm going to move my finger. I need to move my shoulder. And he can decide whether he moves his shoulder or not. However, we also have involuntary muscles, like the muscles in our stomach. Without you telling your stomach to digest your food, your stomach already knows to digest your food. Without you having to say, all right, stomach, now digest my food. It does it automatically, involuntarily. So, in your notebooks, I need you to copy this part. So I'm going to leave this up here, but for those of you who have a question, you may go ahead and ask your question. I know that Riley W. and Maverick have had a question for quite a bit of time, so I'm going to go to Riley first, and then I will call on Maverick. So Riley, what was your question?
My question is, how do we notice, like, how did people know that they have cells and like bones in them?
That is just science. And yes, Kaylee, you can take a screenshot of this if you want, but I do have to edit it so it's not all clumped up. But yes, if you want to take a screenshot, I'm also going to supply you guys with these slides in Google Classroom. So it's just science. And that's, people have been studying the human body for years and years and years and years and years. So just they uncover a little piece of the puzzle, and then once they're looking at that piece of the puzzle, they uncover more. So just after years and years of research, they've kind of uncovered these things. Maverick, question.
I know why the spine is important. Like if we break a certain part of our spine, it messes up the nervous system, and I think whenever that happens, wherever you broke it and down, you can't move. So it's paralyzed wherever you broke it and down.
Yes, that's exactly right. And so you've already got a little bit of knowledge about our nervous system too. So hang on to that for Thursday, because that's very important. And you also have a connection of how your skeletal and your nervous system are connected already. All right, Matthew?
Because my brain is big.
Yes, it is.
It was about those bones. The bones one that said each human has 206.
Yes.
I thought as you grow older, your bones start to form into each other.
Yes, as you get older, your bones do start to fuse.
So you start to lose them.
Well, the number would go down because two bones then fuse together to become one.
Yeah, that's what
but it's just saying the average adult or the average human person has 206 bones. Okay.
Shut up.
Let's see. Emily, you have a question.
This is actually a question for Maverick. He said that if like broke the spine, it would like you couldn't feel anything there and down. You couldn't move anything there and down. But is there a way to like, is it like a broken bone? Would it heal over time, or would it?
Maverick, go ahead. That was a question for you.
Emily. Emily? What did you say?
It's okay. You can respond to her in just a little while, or you can respond to her in chat. She was wondering if the spinal cord was injured, if it would heal itself. Since you seem to know a little bit about the spinal cord already, like because you said if it was damaged, then you wouldn't be able to feel from a certain part of your body down. She was wondering if it would heal itself. And that might be something good for you to research. But we'll talk about that more when we get to the nervous system, okay? But I really want to stay focused here on our lesson because I am going to let you guys go in about 2 minutes. I see that Christian has a question. Christian?
As you get older, will you earn more cells?
It depends on how old. Like you getting older, growing into an adult, yes, because your body's going to grow and you're going to need more cells to make a bigger body. However, like what Matthew was talking about is when you get much, much older, like when you start getting elderly, then your bones, they actually start to fuse together. So not necessarily less cells, but your bones, they start to fuse together. So there might be less than 206 bones. But they still take up the same amount of space, so your number of cells is going to be about the same. Cadence, question.
I forgot my question I was going to say.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and mute. And we're going to finish up with Alex. Alex, question.
My question was, you said that none of the bones in the skull move, but does the jaw count as a bone in the skull?
Well, I don't know. I think when it's talking about the skull, it's just talking about the protective part that protects your brain. I'm pretty sure that's what it's referring to. Because when newborns, when they're born, their skulls are not hard yet. I'm pretty sure those of you that have baby brothers and sisters, you know that they have a soft spot.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that statement was just talking about the part of your skull that protects your brain, not your jaw.
Okay.
All right, guys, so that's the end of our math lesson. I would really, really, really like for you guys to go into your Echo agenda. Let me see. And, oh, man, I forgot to share that with you guys. I don't know if you watched the morning news yesterday. If you didn't watch it yesterday, you need to watch it today.
I finished mine.
We are going to collaborate with students from Early College East tomorrow at 1 o'clock on what you guys are going to make using your toilet paper rolls. So, and those designs are due by next Monday. So we'll talk about that more at family time. But what I did want to share with you guys before we leave is my expectations for today. My expectation is that you go to your Echo agenda, you click on your questions, and there's only 4. The written response question counts as 2 points. So you have 4 questions to answer from me, and you've got 14 minutes to do it. I think you can get it done. Don't rush that written response. Remember, capital letters and punctuation. I'll see you guys at family time. Bye.
Bye.
Wait. Can me and Emily?
Bye.
Bye, Mr.
Bye.
Hernandez.
Bye.
Emily, don't go.
Bye.
Did Emily go? No, I'm still here. Oh, so I think since isn't this like the spine? It's with the with the vertebrae. I'm pretty sure like bones. And so, like with every other bone, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to heal, but wherever you broke it, it'll still probably be paralyzed down from where. I know it'll stay paralyzed at least. Probably.
It is much harder to repair broken pieces of your nervous system because they're more intricate than it is to repair your bones. Dequarius, since you're still here, are you able to access your stuff now?
Hi.
Some of it.
What?
Some of it. I still can't get on Echo.
Okay, but are you able to see the Echo agenda, the one like this that I posted in Google Classroom?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as you can get to that, then you can get to everything that you need.
Okay.
So I'll just keep doing it that way. Is that way easier for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. I love your manners. All right, anybody else need me for anything? If not, I'm going to skedaddle. Or I can actually just sit here for the next few minutes in case you guys have a question about your Google form, if that's what you guys are working on. I don't mind hanging out. Bye, Christian. Hey, Seth, you want to come say hey to Travion? Huh? Oh. It's not 10 yet. Say hi.
I felt right at home here. I liked my new place. I looked out the window, a smile on my face. I ran and I ran as fast as I
Oh, you're watching your story. I'm sorry. All right, Travion. I'll see you at family time, okay? Love ya. Bye.
Bye.